Welcome, guys. I want to give you a brief introduction to Heart Goals. If you have watched the free videos, you've probably heard a little bit of this, but I want to give you a better background. Heart Goals originated because I was setting SMART goals and they were not working for me. SMART is an acronym developed by business and management expert George Doran and debuted in a 1981 issue of a business management journal. In that article, Mr. Doran outlines why SMART goals are an effective tool for helping managers monitor employee performance. In other words, SMART goals was never intended to be a personal goal-setting system. But corporate America has adopted it and they have educated a ton of people on SMART goals. And for some reason, we think we should be setting SMART goals, but we shouldn't. We need to be setting heart goals. We need to be setting goals that account for our human needs and cover every area of life. So really briefly, I want to walk you through the HEART acronym. H stands for help yourself. This is all about sleep, exercise, and nutrition. This is your physical body. Sleep is your first line of defense, and you need to fill your body with fuel and good things. So if you have any physical goals that you're going to set, you're probably going to find those showing up in the H segment. Now, one thing I want to say right now is don't skip around in this workbook. Each worksheet was designed to build on the one before it. So you're probably really eager to jump straight to the goal setting part of this, but you're not going to set balanced goals unless you do all of the prep worksheets in the right order first. The next letter in the acronym is E, and that's about empowering yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. This is anything that happens in your mind. If you have, if you're in school, if you're in high school, college, or grad school, any school-related thing, anything that you're doing to grow your mind is going to fall into this category. This is a super important life segment. The E, Empower Yourself life segment is so important that in fact, we have dedicated all of part 1 of the Heart Goals method to mastering your mindset. And you will talk more about that in the next video. The A in Heart represents all your people. Relationships are so important, you guys. We need to get rid of the toxic ones and we need to surround ourselves with people that build us up, challenge us to be the best version of ourselves, and believe in us. I use a concentric circles method of thinking about my relationships. If I am at the core, then my husband and my kids are next, and then we have extended family, and then we have friends after that. The R in Heart Goals represents resources. This is the life segment that has to do with stuff. So this is your money, your budget, debt, savings. This is your house and your car. These are the things that we need to steward and take care of and manage wisely. They don't need to be managed at the expense of our relationships, our emotional health, or our physical health, but they do need to be managed in the order that I have just listed, because the final letter in that HEART acronym stands for trade, T for trade. This is the life segment that is all about business and career stuff. And most people, when they think about goal setting, start here. And that is why we're not living balanced lives. We can't start with the business goals. In fact, I have personally found that it's still easy using the Heart Goals method to end up with too many business goals. But this method helps me narrow those down, create some white space in life, and really focus on the stuff that's going to move the needle for my business and my career, and not just all of the stuff that I'd want to go do. So that's a brief overview of the Heart Goals acronym. It is loosely based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So it deals with what you need as an individual. And believe it or not, you don't need any more than 5 goals. You only need 1 goal for each of the 5 life segments. And this process is going to help you figure out what those goals exactly need to be to put you on the journey to living your best life. Now, you'll find at the beginning of your workbook a page that looks like this. This is your Goal Ideas worksheet. You're going to want to pull this out, and we've actually even created a separate PDF if you would like to print additional copies of this. Because you're probably going to end up with, I ended up with 2 or 3. You're probably going to end up with a lot of goal ideas. You're going to be using these throughout the process. So you're going to want this out beside you when you start exercise 1. Anytime you get an idea about a possible goal for the coming year, I want you to write it down on this worksheet. You don't have to fill out the column in the first on the left-hand side. You don't need to do anything right now with the columns on the two columns on the right-hand side. We will get to those later. For now, this is just a place for you to jot down all those ideas as they come to you. If you have any questions, let us know, but hop into video 1 and get started. I'm super excited to have you on this journey with me.